Hi everyone, this is Dr. Johansson with a little welcome to General Biology Fall 2019 semester. So I'm just going to give you a quick guide to our Canvas page course setup and a couple things you might want to do before class starts on Monday. So when you log into Canvas, you will see all your courses that you are enrolled in listed. And so I'm picking on our general biology. Now I have two sections of general biology this semester, one that meets in the morning, one that meets in the afternoon, but all of the material I'm going through here is the same. So if you're in general biology 005, 007, don't worry about it, same look on your page. So first of all, what you'll always see is our home page. And I usually change the homepage on Saturdays or Sundays each week, kind of giving you a preview of, hey, this is what's coming up, don't forget this. So I encourage you to look at and read through the homepage. This is where you're actually finding the video you're watching. And it tells you I'm getting the course set up, so you're going to see more things in the modules soon. And a couple things on your to-do list. One is I want you to look at page 3 of the syllabus, which I'm going to show you right here, and that talks about the textbook. So I know the syllabus is 20 pages long. It's incredible how long they get, but I'm really trying to spell things out for you. Some of you, this is your first college class. Some of you are coming back, new to the system. Some have been here and you know it all. But please remember that the syllabus is the contract between us. So you are responsible for everything in the syllabus, and this spells out how you will be graded, evaluated, all the parts of the class. Has my office hours, supplemental instruction, we'll talk about the first day, but what I wanted to explain to you about course materials. Okay. So we're trying kind of a new thing this year in that we're not requiring a specific textbook. Textbooks are super expensive, and we don't want access to a textbook to be a limiting factor for any student. So what I'm telling you is that I'm working from a textbook called Brooker's Principles of Biology 2nd edition, which means this is where I'm getting my flow, maybe some of my figures, and I will refer to these chapters with your chapter objectives, but you can look up these topics in any general textbook. We do have a special purchase with the publisher that you can go to this website, and for $90, which is really cheap, you can get lifetime access to this ebook, right? So it's not printed, but it's an ebook. It's a smart book. You can search for words. It's incredible for $90. And that will take you through General Biology 1 and second semester biology and be a great resource for all your future classes. Okay? But some of you may already have a textbook. Some of you may have a friend who has a textbook. So our other options is anything that's been published within the last 5 years. And we list some of the standard textbooks that we know about. You don't need to bring the textbook to class. This is really for your at-home reading as you're working on course objectives and learning some of the material at home. So like I said, even though this is the book that I'm using, there are no assignments from the textbook. There's no specific words from the textbook. I looked at this textbook a long time ago, made my slide, so I'm not going to go and find on page 45 a certain word to see if you've read it. Okay, I really see textbooks as resources for you. Resources as things to look up, look at great diagrams in future classes. So there is no required textbook for this class. You can go online and find lots of great biology textbooks for pretty cheap. It just makes you do a little bit more work when, say, maybe, I can't even think of it. Pretend chapter 4 in our textbook has the endomembrane system, and maybe it's in chapter 6 of the textbook you're looking at. So you have to do some searching, but that's what an index is for. The one thing you do have to purchase for my class is an iClicker. Excuse me. And it's shown here. It's like a little remote control. There's iClickers, there's iClicker Pluses, there's fancy ones. You can get the least expensive basic iClicker. As long as it has 4 buttons for you to choose A, B, C, D, E, you are set. Here's a link to purchase one from the company. I've Googled iClicker and found some for $10.95 online. Used, doesn't matter. We just have to be able to get the serial number off of it, and that information is on Canvas. You need your iClicker by the second Monday of class, so August 26th. So I encourage you, you can go to the bookstore, you can go online, but get yourself an iClicker. Okay, let's go back to, so that's what this is about, and then this is just a kind of a graphic image of what we will be learning this semester. I'm just checking my notes to make sure I talk to you guys about everything. Okay. And it's not here because I have not made an announcement yet. I'm going to flip over to my course from last fall, just to show you. You will see an announcement button, I don't know what you call them nowadays, as soon as I send out the first announcement, which I will send out as soon as I get this video posted. Announcements are super important. This is how I communicate with the class. So you should be able to receive announcements through email. So if you don't get my welcome announcement, you can always call. Over here is the IT help. You can call for Canvas help at UCD and ask them, how do I get my announcements set up so that I receive them through an email? Okay, this is where I give maybe any last minute information, or hey, you know, in class today there was a question, here's what I found out, those kind of things. So you want to make sure excuse me, and of course I didn't bring my water down here with me. You want to make sure you're getting announcements, or if you're not going to set up an email, make sure you're excuse me, I'll go back here, looking at announcements, and they all are listed here. Okay, announcements. All right, next, modules. So I set the class up in modules. And the first module is called Important Stuff. Excuse me. So this is where you're going to find your syllabus, the calendar for the class that tells you when things are due and what topics we're covering. Here's some academic information from the university. I have a video about how to find my office because it's kind of a weird location. Information about iClickers and how to register them. Information about extra credit. We'll talk about all of this the first week of class, but you can get a head start. Campus map, a little bit about quizzes, homework groups, and citations. I also have a module on study skills. I have 2 daughters in high school. One's a senior this year, one's a sophomore. The senior has pretty good study skills. My sophomore, she's upstairs, kind of clueless. So I'm really trying to help her develop study skills. So one of the things I'm going to work with you guys on this semester is, how do I take all of this information and work with it and learn it? Okay. What's so important about general biology is that you learn this information, because all of your upper division 3,000, 4,000 level courses are based on this year-long class. So I want to help you learn, not just memorize, regurgitate the material. You've got some stuff that's due the end of the second week of class, a practice quiz, a practice homework submission. So all of these things, go ahead and click on. There's nothing you can do to mess anything up. Quizzes will always tell you about them, right? So they'll tell you how many questions and what's the time limit. So you always want to read through this information. Oh, am I not in student view anymore? Hold on. I was like, this looks like my view. Student view. Maybe. One thing you'll learn this semester is technology, and I don't always get along. Okay, let's go back to the home page. So on your home page, you see all my great information. You also see due dates. Okay, so you have a practice quiz due, a practice homework submission, and a note card. If you go to the modules, what I will have is weekly modules. So I'll get going and get week 1 up there with your lectures that you're going to watch online. If we do have any handouts during class, I will post them. As I was trying to show you, you do have a practice quiz just so you can get used to taking a quiz online. It doesn't count. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, because it's locked. Okay. Anyways, it doesn't count for any points, but if you don't do it, you will lose points. That's frustrating that the instructions aren't there. You have a practice homework submission. Let's hope that this has. Okay. So this is what you should see with your quizzes as well. I think it's just because it's not open yet. This tells you exactly how to do the homework assignment. I want you to practice doing a homework assignment because I want to make sure you understand how to submit these assignments, upload images, all that good stuff before it really counts for points. So if this was you, you would click on Submit Assignment, and you would choose a file, and you have to say that this assignment is your own work. Okay, we'll talk a lot the first week about plagiarism. It's becoming a huge issue, and you can read about my policy in the syllabus. Once you upload everything, you hit Submit Assignment, and you're good to go. What else do I want to say in this short? Okay, so people you can click on and find out who's in your class. Discussions is a place that we can post general questions and answers for the whole class. Quizzes is a way to just go straight to the quizzes, though everything will be listed in your module. Pages also, if you're looking for an old home page and can't find it, or anything that I post as a page, you can always click View All Pages. So this tells you, like, oh, I wanted that iClicker page, or the study skills page, or extra points applied to in-class work. I don't know what that is. Yeah, look at that. I think that's bad. And here's information about how to do your iClicker. I have a bad habit of talking too long, so let me look at my list really quick. What I want you to do before the first day of class is read through the syllabus. I will have printouts so you don't have to print it out at home. I know it's expensive for ink and paper, so I want to save your costs for things that you have to print out yourself. The other thing to look at in our important stuff module is our class calendar. So things that are files you can download, save, print out, view online. And this is showing you, I gotta fix that. We're gonna talk on Monday about parts of a cell, and on Wednesday, microscopy, prokaryotic, eukaryotic cells. So we're jumping right in. This talks about when your quizzes are due. You have pre-class assignments, you have post-class assignments, you have homework, you have exams, and we'll talk more about this. I don't want to overwhelm you. The other thing that you will find that I don't have set up yet for our class, but you will find learning. This was last semester. Well, I'll just show you this. Or I won't. Okay. Learning outcomes. These are your study guides. This is where I want you to watch online lectures. I want you to read the textbook and be able to complete these learning outcomes. I'll post PowerPoints that go along with my online lectures. You'll have weekly modules where you see what quizzes or assignments are due, so pre-class assignments. Excuse me. I think they're post-class. Post-class. Anyways, you'll be able to explore this a little bit more. I think that's really it. And if you're wondering why I keep referring to these online lectures, you can read in the syllabus. This class is what I call a semi-flipped classroom. And so you're going to be assigned reading online lectures to watch and working on the material a little bit at home. And then in class, we're going to practice with practice quizzes and eye clickers and group work and drawing things, and we're going to practice working with the material. The reason it's called flipped is traditionally you would go to class and sit and listen to a professor lecture, and then you would go home and try to figure out how to study all that material. And what we know is that a lot of us don't have really great study skills. So we're flipping it. So you can sit at home and passively listen to the lecture, take your notes, that kind of stuff, which actually students enjoy is the right word, like more, because you can pause the video and write something down. You can rewatch it, you can rewind it, which is hard to do in class. But in class, I want it to be time that we work with the material. So studying. So I'm helping you study and learn the material in class. And I hope that you're going to see a great benefit from this type of classroom. And you may not have to work as hard outside of class because you're going to have focused work of what's important in class. So, anyways, I need to stop talking because you don't want to keep listening to me. I will see you all on Monday. Have a great last weekend before school, and I look forward to meeting you all. All right, take care.